Hey, Shalom. First off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rukakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who are starting this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, the video's edifying. Lord, I can get something from this video. Quick video, just through the spirit. I'm going to get a couple of precepts here in Micah 7. And whatever precepts align, I'll grab as well. And Lord willing, this edifying to you, Akim. Basically, we're going to touch on, us bearing the indignation. And not just our enemies receiving judgment, but women as well, right? And I'm going to briefly... Well, we'll see where the spirit takes me. But, I'm going to try to briefly touch on women in this video. Just touch on that topic briefly. And I think it's necessary to be talked about because it's one of the things that can take you out of the truth, right? It's one of the main things. I was actually talking earlier. And when you look at, I gave an example of why you shouldn't mix business and women, you know what I mean? And why in GMS we keep that separate, right? We keep, business, and our at-home life, we keep it completely separate, right? If a brother needs advice or whatever, he get on the phone with a brother and, and asks, whatever question he has. And, if a brother, will give him a direction from there, but for the most part, we keep it completely separate. That's the only time, that we even hear about some at-home type of thing, right? And it's important to keep it separate because you got to understand, man, these women are subject to Satan, man. Like it's funny, but it's not funny, man. And I'm laughing out of straight like being wild, right? Just through my experiences with women, man, boy, if I could tell you stories, man, we'll be here for, a minute on this, on this video. You know what I mean? If I could give every testimony I have about women, we'll be here for, till the missiles drop, right? But man, I just tell bros, like, listen, man, if you don't know how to manage, and I just want to, I'm going to touch on, but let me just touch on, the women portion of it, right? If you don't know how to manage women and you don't understand the mind of a woman and understand the world and understand how Esau has women equipped to automatically go against you, then my personal opinion is don't even I ain't gonna say not deal with women, but be careful, right? That shouldn't be your focus. Like if you get a woman and, if the Lord throw you a bone, the Lord throw you a bone, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't understand it, if you don't know how to, deal with women, and you don't have the wisdom on that, man, be very careful, man. Okay? Be very careful, okay? You have to be, okay? Man, they destroy kings, man, okay? You got to understand that, okay? And I'm going to get an example here in just a moment. This is Micah 7:9. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause, right? And this represents, our walk. And it's true. We're bearing the indignation, right? Scriptures say what we receive ours. So therefore, we're not condemned with the world. The world has a cold punishment to come, okay? Right? Martial law, famine, right? Race riots, draft, all that, right? And if the world survives that, the people in the world survive that, then ultimately you have the wicked. Ultimately, you have the missiles to destroy. That'll destroy the wicked. Okay, and the wicked of our people, which is 2/3 of our people. Now we understand the wicked of this world, like we understand who the wicked is, which is Esau, right? which there's no salvation for Esau. There's no salvation for the heathen. When you go to 2nd Ezra 6, and I believe that's 56, he says they're compared unto spittle. He don't deal with the heathen. He only deal with Israel. He said, I will punish you are out of all the families of the earth, you have I known, so therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. Right? Scriptures say that. Okay, and who's the Lord talking about? The Lord's talking about Israel. Who did Moses give the law to? Did Moses give the law to Israelites? Okay, he didn't give the law to heathen. Okay, so the heathen have nothing to do with nothing. Okay, actually they were made to serve us, man. You know, contrary to popular belief. But this is Micah 7 and 9. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I will behold his righteousness. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Right? Scripture says, she that is mine enemy at times. You know why? At all times, you got to understand a woman is your enemy, right? Man, a woman is in the world, man. Okay, I mean, you got women that's going to be delivered. You know what I mean? And if you have a woman now, you know, scriptures talk about, you know, she'll be saved by childbearing, right? You know, but and I want to say this too. This video is not any bros that see this video. This video is not for bros to go and bang on a woman and this and that and blah. Oh, you ain't shit, this and that, woo, or bang on people in general. No, bro. Scriptures say, be harmless as dove and wise as serpents. Okay, you got to use wisdom, right? They talk about game in the world. What is game? Knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, which I hate the fact that it's called game, because the game is something you play. This is a lifestyle. We don't play this. Okay, this is what we do. This is how you're supposed to conduct yourself. You have to have wisdom in order to live, in order to dwell, in order to deal, in order to do anything. You know, in order to do anything, period, you gotta have wisdom. In order to do anything at a high level, you have to have wisdom. Okay, and there's different levels of wisdom that you receive. Okay, so this is not. It wouldn't be wise for you to go in the house. You know, your woman ain't did nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? She been cool for the most part, right? And you go in there, bitch, you ain't shit, this and that, woo, bitch, woo, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, don't do all that, man. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Be wise, man. Okay? It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. In the day that thy walls are to be built, and it's like in the day that thy walls are to be built, in the day shall the decree be far removed. Okay? Scriptures talk about, you know, hard times to come, you know, women getting trodden down. Like, come on, man. In the times to come, you're going to see, right? It's going to be there's not going to be any confusion about who's a man and who's a woman, right? What a man role is and what a woman role is. See, when there's lack of fear in the world, right, people get comfortable, right? And being comfortable could sometimes lead to confusion, right? So these people, like, you know, for instance, when a woman gets in danger, who does she call? She calls the police, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be another man that show up. Okay, so if she's in danger from another man, she just called another man to save her out of the situation. But she's so far gone, she's not even realizing that it's 2 men, right? But you needed a man to defend you, right? But if you tell her that off bat with no danger, she's comfortable, it's an argument. Okay, if you tell her off bat and no danger around, she's comfortable, it's going to be an argument. Oh, we independent. This and that, well, you're independent till you're not. And the times we're coming up on, it's going to show you just how independent you are. Okay? Let me go here. Matter of fact, we'll get a Sirach 25. This is Sirach 25 and 16. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Man, listen. Bro, a wicked woman will have you have your mind boggled? Have you stressed out? Have you worried at times? Have you, especially if you really like her, have you overthinking? Have you questioning certain things? Right? Have you lost in the motherfucking sauce? Have you suspicious, overly suspicious? Right? Every time this bitch phone go off, you think it's another dude. Right? Because this bitch is wicked. Right? You have to, and this is advice, bro. And I'm saying this, this is my opinion as a man, right? You have to damn near warp your mind into, how can I put this, man? Into understanding that it's your turn. Okay? And what I mean by that is this. It could be your turn until salvation come, right? And the reason why I say it's your turn is because 9 times out of 10, you wasn't the first person that had that. Okay? 9 times out of 10, you wasn't the first person to even have her mentally, which that's what you want more than anything. Because she'll sleep with 1,000 motherfuckers, right? But it's really about who have her mind. It's who she gonna, be with, okay, and listen to, right? So don't focus on having her box what's between her legs. Many niggas done had that already. And if she fall in your presence, focus on getting her mind, what's between her ears, not what's between her legs, okay? And it's better that we have her mind because we're in this truth. If a nigga have her mind, he gonna have her out there on the street. He gonna have her out there doing shit, just committing more wickedness. But if we have her mind in this truth, right, you can guide her and kind of, mold her. And, for lack of better words, you could kind of mold her in the way that you want her to go. You know what I mean? To the, to the slightest degree, right? In this world, these women so fucking, Solomon said out of 1,000, I found none. So these women are so far gone that you kind of gotta, you gotta deprogram them and reprogram them. It says, she done dealt with how many 2/3 ass niggas and heathen before you? Like, come on, man. And it's a fucked up reality that you have to deal with that, but that's just what you got to deal with in a society majority of the time dealing with these women. Okay? It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of, and I've been through that, man. Okay? I could tell you, like I said, we'll be here till the missiles drop if I told you every single thing that come from that. Okay? It says, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. I want to say this. If you had a woman and she was wicked, you had to write her a bill of divorce. Brothers, don't be, and it looks like this video is just finna be about women. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's just, that's where the spirit is taking me. But if you had to write a bill of divorce for a woman, you know what I'm saying? Don't think that she gets better. She don't get better. She get worse. You was her only, if you in the truth, right? And you had a woman and you're not with her no more, you was her only covering. Now that bitch is to the streets, and the streets don't love nobody. The streets don't love nobody. Okay? They'll chew you up and shit you back out. And you end up bumping into this broad years later, and you be like, damn, bitch. Wow. And you start thanking the Lord. Because the Lord got you away from that and let the portion of a sinner fall upon the bitch, man. Okay? It says, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. See? All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Okay? So you gotta think, man. Like, what the fuck do they think? What do the things that they commit behind your back that you'll never know about? And lying is like first nature to a bitch, man. You know, she'll lie to you before she tell you the truth. You just got to assume. And that's part of that warping your mind. Like, man, this bitch ain't shit. You got to know that going into it, man. You have to know that. Or you're going to be heartbroken, sad, and distraught, mad, ears ringing, pissed off. Wow, I can't believe I'm telling you right now, this is what it's finna be. Right? And guess what? And guess what? If you don't encounter that, you're just not going to encounter that. But it's still good to have your mind armored in a way to where it's like, man, I know at any given time, shit can go left. You got to keep that at the forefront of your mind, man, when it comes to dealing in this subject. Okay? It says, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Goodness. Right? Woman that talk too much, scripture says silent. Right? And a loving woman is a gift from the Most High. I'm a grad. I don't want to bash the scripture. I believe that's what it says, but it says a silent. Matter of fact, a silent. I don't know if it's the same. Silent, loving. Yep, Surah 26:14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. You ever had a woman that just talked too much? You'd be like, man, shut the fuck up. Right? You like, man, be quiet, man, just hush. It says there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. You know what keeps your mind instructed? Wisdom. It says a silent and a loving woman is a gift of the Lord, man. A silent and a loving woman, that's a gift. Boy, that's a gem. That's a, man, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it, right? It says, as a climbing up a sandy way to the feet of the aged, you got to think, man. A sandy way, you know how hard it is to walk and run in sand, let alone climb up a sandy way? You know how hard that is? It says, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Boy, you be sitting there just, please be quiet. Please be quiet. And my day went like this, and work went like this, and she did this, and she did that, and she did. You'd be like, bro, I don't want to be rude, but can you shut the fuck up? Right? Yeah, I mean, you don't want to say it like that. Yaquab it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, hey, you know, oh, yeah, okay, I got you here. Give me 1 second. Let me, you know what I mean? Let me do this, let me do that. You know, kind of, you know, avoid it once you get to a point, you know what I mean? Or just answer her question and just be like, oh, let me watch this real quick. You know what I mean? You know, it says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for her pleasure. Now, look, check this out. Especially here in Babylon, when you go to the gym, when you go to the mall, when you go to if you go out, when you go to certain different places, right? It's a club, strip club, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, brothers be wise even with that. Shit, you go to the grocery store, right? It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman. What does a woman get you with? Right? What does she try to charm you with? Her beauty. That's why she tries to add on the makeup. That's why they so worried about getting their nails did. That's why they worried about getting fucking eyelashes did. That's why they worried about what kind of foundation they're using. Right? Bitch should inquire all day about the foundation. Go to the bitch TikTok. Look at her history, history on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see makeup, clothing, lip injections. You know what I'm saying? All things to enhance her beauty, which is vain. Right? So therefore she could deceive you and lure you in and then play games with you. Don't fall for the games that these women play, man. Don't fall for the games that they play. Don't fall for the games that they play. Don't fall for it, man. Understand that her whole goal, that's how she maneuvers, that's how she communicates, is all through game. It's a game with the bitch, like a Riddler. Like the bitch is just it's a game. It's like the Joker. Everything's a fucking game. You can't ever be serious. So you never ever make sure you in charge of the game she plays. Make sure you running it, man. And that's why I said, bro, if you don't know how to deal with women, man, if the Lord give you a bone, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't be out here running after behind these, that shouldn't be your focus anyway. You know what I mean? But if you get a woman, understand what it comes with. Okay? It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for her pleasure. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. And you have that, right? Man following hard times, the woman get the turning her head up. You got to kind of check her on shit, what she talking about, because, you ain't, you fell on hard times. You know what I'm saying? And she, might be making the money, so to speak, at the time, for a moment, right? And she might get to start being prideful and start looking at you like you ain't shit and this and that, but you still got to maintain integrity. You still have to put her in her motherfucking place and can't be afraid to get out of there. Can't be afraid to leave, man. Okay? You got to understand, man, we're men in this truth. We're not an everyday average guy. You know what I mean? We're not that, we're not any of the niggas that she dealt with. But not that. It says, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. See? Should kill you, man. Okay? A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Eve. Okay? Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Right? And you have that, right? Bitch should be loose. You have these interviews, right, where these dudes go out, especially out here where I'm at. It's one of them cities, one of them party cities, right? And dudes will stand out, and you see them on, if you got it social media, you'll see it, Dudes will stand out in front of the clubs and shit and interview these women. And you'll hear some of these bitches be married, have a man, kids, all that shit, and still ready to go right now. That little liquor hit their system. That little thing between their legs is hot and thumping, and they ready to go with whoever. Okay? Take that liberty, you give that bitch an inch, she'll take a mile. Okay? It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. So if she go not in the way that you would have her, let that bitch go. You can't be afraid to do that. You cannot be afraid to do that, man. Because she coming in between you and the Lord. She coming in between you and the truth. Fourth and long, that bitch, man. She giving you headaches. She threatening you with other men and talking about, if you don't do something, another man will. And this now with the whoop, man. Fourth and long, that hoe. Real spill, man. Fourth and long, that bitch, man. Don't be tolerating that shit, man. Bros, don't tolerate that shit. A bitch just overly just disrespectful and, man, fourth and longer, man. And let the wolves have her. Let the wolves occupy her to a missile eater motherfucking ass up, man. Okay? So, hey, man, just, quick video, man. I ain't want to make it too long. It might be a part 2 to this video. Lower the video is edifying. Lowly IQ got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. I want to tell you brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.